Rick, and Thaddeus on the beat.
BB Fahodie family, I'd like to welcome everyone to Warriors Over Weasels. I'm your host, Busara. And before we get into the discussion, or I guess this would be part of the discussion, I want to get into the ancestral wisdom. I don't want to waste too much of your time. And speaking of time, it's in the proverb. If you kill time, you'll bury opportunities. African proverb. Say that one more time. If you kill time, you'll bury opportunities. African proverb. And I'm gonna try to tie my discussion into that proverb. If you're only working to pay bills and to consume products, I want to go on record and say you may not need a job. I am a firm believer of hard work. However, in a capitalistic society, there will be jobs that may have nothing to do with work at all. There are so many jobs that require no skill that only exist because of capitalism, such as a meter maid, trinket only, department store workers, and any other job that will rob people of their purpose and intellect. Even entrepreneurs fall victim to this trap of having meaningless business endeavors rooted in materialism and or ignorance of purpose. The main purpose of businesses are to generate taxes for the nation, fund political parties or regimes, build infrastructures that create employment, fund colleges, funding students through scholarships or internships, and to innovate new technology advancements for the military. Any business that's not involved in those areas is not grasping the true purpose of business and is at the mercy of the successes or failures of the real businesses. High-end fashion only exists within societies after they have military and work uniforms, work boots, and other essential needs in areas of focus that ensure a certain level of physical and economic protection. Successful societies do not operate off of luck. COVID-19 showed the world that all the distraction jobs and those associated with them are meaningless, and also are setting the atmosphere for our people to starve or to be completely dependent on others for what we can do for ourselves. We are doing less with more because we are in a society that doesn't promote experts. And since the dominant society doesn't promote experts among the masses, far too many of our people are allowed to buy trinkets, waste time partying, and live in a state of oblivion to the societal issues that don't impact their individualistic bubble. And COVID-19 has lifted the veil on businesses that only exist to misdirect the funds and time of the masses. Jobs or careers that were portrayed as necessary have been halted. Even the most loyal professions towards our people have been shut down, which are churches, beauty parlors, and barbershops. Let's be real. The poor don't have the luxury to blindly fall face first into a dead society. And by poor, I mean the people who don't have power. It's a mind state without a doubt. And it's a physical state. that can be seen, whether you're looking at it or not. But we're in the year 2020. Like I say, and as a disadvantaged group within this racist society, we shouldn't engage in wasteful spending, expensive and unnecessary addictions, spending more money on cosmetics than education, not miseducation, but education, and traveling for leisure rather than to build alliances for liberation or collective economic advantages. No matter how much we have been miseducated into believing we can do whatever we want, nature, as well as proof, tells us otherwise. Groupthink isn't the answer, but moving as a unit is. Rejecting non-essential habits that only feed our egos, that's an answer. The deeper we sink into the abyss, the more clear it becomes that we are the problem and the solution. We may not have created the problem, but nonetheless, that's what we are. Our ancestors had more understandable excuses than we currently have, but yet they still did more with less. And maybe I'm underestimating what they had because of my miseducation or because of arrogance. Maybe they had just as much or more than we currently have today. And whatever they did have less of worked toward their benefit. Less distractions than we currently have. No Netflix and chill. Less fast food restaurants. Let's talk about zero. Less liquor stores and less drug addicts, while at the same time having more discipline, more values, and more skills than we currently display and or apply. To form an underground railroad during a time of pure violence against black people took collective courage, combined resources, codes, cohesion, sacrifice, selflessness, forward thinkers, loyalty, and trust. In times of hardship, our ancestors knew from consistent and brutal proof that they were their own solution. They may have gotten help from non-blacks along the way, but the most important steps had to be made and could only be made by our ancestors. No one can run for you. You can't escape vicariously through another's breaking of camp. We also can't expect the capturer to play a bigger role in our liberation than we will play. When the hunter creates solutions for the hunted, 9 times out of 9, it'll be of benefit to the hunter and it will confuse the hunted. And speaking of solutions, our biggest helper lies within our collective unity. We can eliminate suffering out of so many lives if we can only put our heads and wallets together. We can't exploit each other when we need one another to build each other up. We need each other to reject materialism and to embrace innovation. We need each other to eat healthy so we can minimize pre-existing conditions that we have been misled into calling hereditary. We need each other to get serious with our spare time so we can spread out the responsibilities necessary for educating our own children. We need each other to spend our money wisely so we aren't working harder than we need to, depriving our families and communities of valuable time that could have been spent together planning and carrying out set plans. We need each other to grow a variety of crops so we can barter amongst each other and share with those too old or sick to grow for themselves. We need each other to start collectively shopping as a unit, buying wholesale bulk items to save from paying unnecessary retail markups. We need each other to practice high morals so our children don't confuse love with lust. and engage in spiritless sex and meaningless relationships. We need each other to truly understand the difference between patience and procrastination in a world with irreplaceable people and unpromised time. We need people with the know-how to show others how to know. We need the people who are talking loud but who aren't saying anything productive to voluntarily sit down or expect to be set down. We need the persons who don't want better for our people to make themselves known. We need our warriors, not the weasels right now, and forever going forward. These needs can be met, but it requires a certain level of cooperation. Who is willing to commit to playing a necessary position consistently? 2020 is the year of clear vision. And we may not like what we see because we thought blurry vision was perfect vision. But now it should be clearer than ever that the most important jobs don't pay in money or valuables, but they will pay off in morals and values. And that type of employment never has layoffs, furloughs, or is in low demand. That type of employment guarantees a level of generational intellectual wealth. We must earn the future and protect it at the same time while still knowing nothing is promised or guaranteed. And the opportunities in front of us today should not be taken for granted or left for others to solely benefit from. Great problems create great opportunities to deliver greatness. And that's exactly what we are here to practice and display. Greatness, not fear, not cowardice, not laziness, just greatness at every opportunity. Not wasting time burying opportunities. How will we be remembered in the annals of time? As well-dressed couch potatoes eating fake potatoes who work harder for their enemies than they work for themselves? A group of people who would rather starve than to place business before pleasure? I hope not, family. I hope not. Especially with all of these brilliant and skillful minds among us. Don't tell me we have forgotten that we are great. Seize the opportunities in front of us. Refresh yourself on how great we can truly be. And before I get out of here, I want to talk to you all about some personal care that you can engage in that can prepare you for your road or your journey towards greatness.
Rick, and that is home.
And I'm going to stick in the lane of essential oils, aromatherapy. Now, there's other things that you can do, but I'm going to stick with this particular thing, and I'm going to talk about something else. But it's a blend of essential oils that I recommend using in a diffuser. It's a blend, a couple drops, maybe one drop of clove essential oil, 1 drop of frankincense essential oil, and 2 drops of eucalyptus. Okay. And I don't know if that's a blend already, but I call that my get my mind right blend. Okay. If you don't know about essential oils, I'm going to give you the benefit of eucalyptus. Okay. Eucalyptus is known for helping you breathe. It helps the respiratory. So you're having good breathing. Clear breathing gives you clear thoughts. So that's the eucalyptus giving you clear breathing. And it also stimulates mental activity. So that's part of that. Get your mind right. You're breathing right. So why wouldn't your mind be stimulated? Okay, we go to the clove oil, which is my favorite oil. It's also for your respiratory, and it relieves headache. So it definitely gets your head, clear head, all of the things that may be troubling you from creating those solutions that are in that beautiful brain of yours. Clove oil can help alleviate those. And again, I would diffuse these oils together. A little still water and these essential oils. And that's your personal care. Self-defense. You want to make sure you got some type of weapon or some fighting skills. Preferably at least a firearm. But with love. I'm Busara, a BB Fahodie family.